Today you're going to get back your glue drawing that we did last time. Remember that we used 6 lines to make the land. We also made a sun, and then we did 4 lines to go around our sun. We're going to be adding chalk to these today. And the reason we did the glue drawing was because that glue, the chalk won't stick to that, so it'll help divide up the different sections of land. As we saw with Ted Harrison's work, he liked to use a lot of cool colors on the ground, lots of warm colors in the sky. So you need to take that into consideration when you are using the chalk. You'll see that I don't have a lot of cool colored pieces of chalk in here. So you may have to dig around a little bit and get kind of creative. So you might be doing a little bit of color mixing on this project. So that way you don't end up with the same cool colors and warm colors over and over. If you've ever looked out across a landscape, you'll notice that oftentimes the dark colors are towards the bottom and they get lighter as they go away from you. This is something called atmospheric perspective. You could do that with your own work if you would like, but you're not required to. So maybe you want to do some purples or dark blues down towards the bottom and go all the way up to some light blues or light greens in the back. That's your decision. I'm going to do that on my own drawing though. So I'm lightly chalking. You don't have to press super hard when you do this. And I'm using the edge of my chalk piece. I'm not using a point, just using the edge. And after I've chalked a section, I'm just going to give it a little rub with my finger. Just stick to one finger when you're doing this, guys. That way you're not getting your entire hand dirty. Think about how you can mix different colors. So maybe I did purple there. What if I do another purple section, but this time I mix some blue within it? So that means you really need to be thinking about what colors can mix when you're doing this. You know that not every color can mix. Giving it a little rub to help smooth that out. Make sure to get all the way up close to the edges. I'm going to add some dark blue to this one. Maybe you want a little bit of blue on this, maybe you want a lot of blue. That's going to depend on how hard you press and how much of it you are chalking. Just think about all the different ways that you can change this. So I'm going to do blue this time with just a touch of purple on it. Alright, so I got a blue, just a little bit of purple this time, not a lot. Once again though, you don't have to do your colors in the same order that I'm doing. I just want to see all cool colors on the land. Maybe I'll switch to a lighter blue now. And we got one more section left of my landscape. So you can see how mine's shifting from purples to blues to greens. Mine's kind of doing that whole dark at the bottom, light at the top thing. Once again though, yours does not need to do that. Alright, so I'm done with the land part. After I'm done with the land, I'm going to move on to the sky. I would start with the circle, or with the sun. So your sun doesn't have to be yellow. It probably will be though. Mine's going to be yellow, but you can use your own artistic genius to decide what to do for that. I'm actually going to use a different color, or a different finger to smudge this time, because I have a bunch of cool colors on this finger. It might make some of my warm colors yucky now. So I'm actually going to use a different finger when I'm doing this. So I got my sun. Trying to decide what kinds of colors I want to use. Maybe some oranges, some pinks. You might be able to find a red in there. Remember that you're welcome to mix some of them. After you're done with your land, you're done with your sky, the very last thing you're going to do is you're going to take one of these Q-tips and you need to trace over all of your glue lines using that Q-tip. Sometimes that chalk kind of settles on the glue. we're just going to go through and help pick any of that up. That way it helps show those glue lines a little bit better. All right, so I'm done using my Q-tip. I'm all finished. These are going to go on the drying rack. Make sure to clean up your spots. Then you can read, weave, or free draw.